So why are you voting for Trump?
Because I'm not controlled by the left. Yes, I am an African American, and most African Americans, unfortunately, are Democratic, and they are used by the Democratic Party, and they fall for the same trick every time they bring up racism. You know, Donald Trump. I met Donald Trump. He's one of the coolest people I've ever met in my life, and I never sense any racism from him. That's just what the media say. You know, I get called Uncle Tom. You know, I get clowned a whole bunch. People say a lot of stuff about me because I speak the truth. You know, but it is what it is. This country is failing. We're a failing nation. We're falling down rapidly. The inflation, the high food prices, gas prices, all that stuff. Nobody understands how serious this really is. This election is the biggest election in the United States history. If we lose this one, if the American people lose this one, it's not just about Trump losing, it's about the American people losing. If we lose it, we don't benefit, and we're going to keep going down the rabbit hole. I think it's going to get way worse. We're super close to World War III. And I think that it'll be the end of everything. It'll be the end of life as we know it if we get this lunatic in office.
I spoke to Tyrone.
With the illegalities and the criminal activity of these migrants or non-citizens, the city of Chicago is going to go up in smoke, it's going to go up in flame, and there's going to be nothing that the National Guard or our government can do about it when the bloodshed hit the streets, blacks against migrants.
Zach Massey did time in state prison with Tyrone Muhammad, although he's only 27. He's a leader on the streets and said he's disgusted by the money going to Venezuelan migrants at the expense, he says, of the African American community.
And I finally actually talked to him on the translator app, and he told me all the things that he got going on, how they help him get a car, apartment, clothes, link. So it's just like, I just be looking at it like, they ain't got no social security number. Where they come from? He probably not even here legally.
They get right here, they get quick housing, quick funding, food. They get cars with no license. They can't even read English and stuff like that. So they get all these perks when they get here, and we still here starving. So what we gonna do about it? Are y'all gonna listen to our cries?
Corey Rogers was a Blackstone gang member for years. He drove us around the South Side and showed us areas where he said Trendo Awagwa and other criminal gangs are setting up shop and what he called showing the flag, which means brandishing their weapons in front of like a housing project.
The migrants that are coming, they are taking over every block right now in this area. Right now, you don't see them because they come out at night. They said they took this courtway over probably by last week. He said it was 100 Venezuelans standing out in the front right here.
Terry, is it an abandoned building? How do they just take it over?
They just, when you take over something, you just stand outside, and that's called showing the flag.
What kind of guns do they have?
Semi-automatics, anything you name, you're going to see it on the street. These boys got so many big guns that if they're 150 pounds, the gun is bigger than them. I swear.
But they know how to handle it, right? They know it. Tell me about the fact that they're criminals, right? This is a criminal element. These aren't just a bunch of Venezuelans that walked over the border and used to be gardeners back home, right?
Right. They come from the gangland. They come from rougher gangs than us.
One gang member who only gave his name as David on a particularly dangerous drug dealing corner on the South Side did not hold back when he talked about the influx of criminal gangs from other countries into Chicago.
The real issue is that America has allowed gangs to enter our country. Gangs that they would consider terrorist groups that are formed here. We are terrorist groups if we're in a gang. They let terrorists in our country.
The Reverend Corey Brooks also said to me he's disgusted with Democratic policies and said that Black Lives Matter, for example, has never reached out to help him or anyone else trying to improve conditions on the South Side.
Chicago is a blue city.
Illinois is a blue state. There's no doubt about it that the majority of our neighborhood, they're going to continue to vote Democrat until they wake up. The good news is that there are a lot of people who are responding and waking up and saying, listen, we're not going to take this. We're not going to stand for this. We're going to vote differently. And they're now accepting some of the values that I hold dear and some of the values that the conservative Republican Party holds so dear. And so for a lot of people, it's not about the person, it's about the policies that we're fed up with. And as a result, I think this is going to be the largest amount of people who have voted for the Republican president in Chicago that we've seen.
I also spoke to one Venezuelan man who was so scared of being identified that he put a hoodie on and refused to face the camera. He told me in Spanish that he had to flee the building where he was being housed because a Venezuelan criminal gang took it over. He said if they knew he was talking, they'd end his family's life back in Venezuela with one bullet.
And we've got the wolves, and then we have the vamps. Okay? These guys are Illuminati. Did I spell that even close? Who cares? Who cares how I spelled it? Illuminati. They drink the blood of children. They live off adrenochrome. How many people use Google? How many people use Android? You know you support child trafficking? No. What is Google's operating system? It's Adreno. What is their search engine? Chrome. How about Verizon? Who has Verizon? Moloch. Verizon worships the god of Moloch.
I just found that out a week ago.
Big corporations that we're all supporting innocently, and you're supporting child trafficking. They fund it. They create foundations to pay the wolves to traffic the children. These guys are more numerous than you think. Many, many, many of them.
Bigger than Hollywood.
It's bigger than that.
I've heard that they've got armies
Oh yeah,
ready to,
protectorates.
and armies ready to.
What if I told you most of them pose as if they're helping the children?
Yes.
What if I told you some of them were UNICEF?
Yes.
What if I told you they were a lot of ex-military groups with special arrest powers working under, say, Veterans for Children?
So that's what I heard just recently.
And they're protecting the Illuminati and the vampires.
Just recently I'd read that they've got all these ex-military.
And what if I told you that they put a price on the head of people like Tim Holmseth and me and others?
Yes.
Common Sense 101. I got your big reason why you better not freaking vote for Kamala Harris. This X post made me so mad I almost threw the damn phone across the room. I need a goody powder because I have a headache. Why is it this illegal alien, this so-called migrant from Venezuela, left a receipt at the cash register in one of the New York City bodegas? Hold up. I'm going to tell you. Why is it that this heifer, who has never put anything into this country, never worked in this country, never paid Social Security tax, never paid a property tax, never put into the IRS, never paid anything into anything, came here with her damn hand stuck out, came from shithole country, wherever the hell you from, this individual left the receipt where she had just bought some food at the bodega. Okay? Her food stamp balance, let me make sure I'm getting this right, on her EBT card, her taxpayer funded EBT card. Her food stamp balance is $13,401.82 for 1 month. That's this individual's food stamp balance for 1 month. Okay? Because when you use your EBT card, it leaves a record of the balance after you've gone to the store and spent it, whatever. But somehow this bitch who has literally never, and yeah, I said it, I'm going to say it again. This bitch who has never paid anything into this system is somehow worthy to get $13,401.82. Cash balance is $4,498.85. The fuck? I really do need a goodie powder. That's just one. That's one of them. That's one of them. New York has hundreds of thousands of these foreign nationals roaming around. Why does she have $13,000 in food stamps? I'm mystified. I mean, veterans are literally sleeping on the freaking streets with maybe $100, $200 a month in food stamps. And they fought in wars to protect this country. They don't get $13,000 a month in food stamps. And they don't get $4,498 a month in cash. I'm looking at it. I can't even believe this is real. This is actually real. Senior citizens have to go back to work after working for 70 years. In their 80s, they have to work to greet at Walmart or Costco because they can't stop working. They don't have enough money with this so-called Inflation Reduction Act and the extremely high inflation thanks to Biden-Harris. And you're going to vote for this shit to continue? Oh my God, don't talk to me. If you even, I mean, the identity politics aside, Kamala Harris has an open checkbook. She has an endless credit card on your tax dime. And she does not buy cheap things. She can buy whatever she wants. She can drive whatever she wants. She can live wherever she wants because she has the money, thanks to you and your tax donations. And of course, the big donors, foreign and domestic, probably mostly foreign, but whatever, $13,000. This Venezuelan migrant gets $13,000 a month in food stamps. Another 4,400. That's just a balance. That means it started higher than that. So this individual had even more than that, than what I just mentioned. In what world is this allowed? I am seeing videos in Venezuela where she just came here from, where there are hundreds of thousands of people taking to the streets because of the rigged you-know-what that just took place, where Nicolas Maduro does not want to leave power. So he's just like the Katie Hobbs of Venezuela, is just sitting there like, nope, I ain't leaving. Even though exit polls show that the other candidate won clearly based on what the people want. You can make a machine say anything you want when you program it. But what do the people want? Do you really want this? Do you really want 4 more years of this? Because it will get worse. they're going to be buying these people homes, like flat out, and just giving it to them. BlackRock, Vanguard, they'll just continue to buy up homes and rent them out. And Harris will just give government subsidies to these migrants so that they can have homes while you figure out where you're going to live, because they have priced you out. But these migrants have government subsidies for the rest of their pathetic existence on your tax dollars. Oh my God. $13,000 a month in food stamps. Another $5,000 or so a month in cash to a Venezuelan migrant who just got here. And you want to vote for Harris?